your girl Annette with the Wear Your Crown Empowerment Speaker Series for 2023. I am Miss BBW Delaware 2016-2017, Miss Fashion Global 2020, and a current Miss Classic Universe candidate for the Miss Classic Universe Pageant 2023. And this is my platform, building amicable relations by sharing the stories of a variety of phenomenal women who are doing phenomenal things in their area. So the intent is to encourage women and girls into their own purpose by hearing the stories and experiences of other women and girls. So today we have none other than Connie Drummond. Hello, Connie.
Hey, Annette, how you doing?
I'm well, and yourself?
Wonderful. Hey, everybody else out there.
So I would like for you to share what you're doing, why you're doing it, how people can support, and what continues to inspire you to do it.
Okay, well, all right, so let me give you the spiel. Oh, first of all, I'm Connie Drummond. I am an award-winning playwright, director, and producer. And, you know, I own this place called Artzscape. This is so funny when you have to talk about yourself like this, right? So I own a place in Center City, Wilmington called Artzscape. It is an event space, but it's also a black box theater where we put on play productions there. So, you know, I that's what I do. I'm a play producer, playwright, you know, everything that has to do with theater, I can do it. Now, Artzscape is funny. I actually started LadyCProductions back in 2009 after I was working with another production company and they closed their doors. So I decided that I could, you know, probably do my own thing. And oh wait, okay, I see the thing moving. So I decided that I could probably just go ahead and do my own thing since I have been writing for a very long time. I started writing when I was around 8 years old. I used to keep a journal, and then I started writing little short stories and things like that. And my love for writing never went away. So once the production company that I was working with closed, I started my own and took quite a few of the existing actors with me. That's a pretty good thing because some of them are still with me all these years later, and I really appreciate them. It's never a time that I call if they're available that they don't come. So I've built some great relationships with a lot of the actors around in Delaware. Little known Black history fact. Annette Fletcher was actually in one of my plays. She did the vagina monologues. It was her first time on stage, and she did a marvelous job. So, I know she's busy, but I'm going to try to get her involved in some more stuff, And she has a great personality. She's very easy to work with, and I just think that she should just be on stage at any given time. So,
Thank you. And it was an honor being part of the vagina monologues. You had a great cast of phenomenal women who rocked it. Now, y'all, if y'all know me, I'm one of those, oh, bless her heart, she tried. Connie worked with me. She had patience. I had two little parts that I absolutely loved. But need some work if I'm gonna do it again, but I definitely would love to work with you again, Connie, on any of your productions.
Well, actually, what you just said, you said you had two little parts. First off, no part's a little part. So the smaller parts, and the thing is, a lot of people when they want to act and everything, everybody wants to be the star of the show. But sometimes people come in and they have no acting experience. So I had one person call and she wanted to audition for a show. And I said, well, which part are you interested in? She said, well, I'm interested in the lead. I said, well, have you ever acted before? She said, no, I've never acted before, but my mama told me I can act a fool. I said, well, honey, I don't work with fools. I think so. I need I need you to come in on your A game, because I don't work with fools. So I've
No.
had some great experiences in the audition department, but you came in and you did what was asked of you. Your delivery was great. Actually, I'm a little bit worried up until like the last rehearsal. And then when you came in, you really surprised me. I was like, ain't this some stuff? She held all the good stuff until the stage. But it was great. I mean, you're just a natural.
Oh,
So
thank you.
you're welcome. So if you got anybody out there in the audience that is interested in, being in a play, or even not just being in a play, working backstage, our backstage people are just as important as the people that you see on the show. Our backstage people keep you from walking onto the stage with your dress tucked in your stockings. That's what the backstage people do. They make sure you're not out there looking crazy. So, backstage includes, we have dressers, as people that come back and help you get dressed. It might not seem like a big thing, but it's an important thing, So there's, all kind of stuff. Our light people, our sound people, our ushers. You got to thank God for them getting people to the seats and everything. Even the person that just takes the money at the door, everybody, nobody has a larger part in my productions. Everybody is an equal when it comes to being in a production, because we're a team, we're a family.
Yeah.
And I just have to say, there's this weird myth going on out there that women don't work well together. Well, that's a lie.
We were just talking about that. I was just talking about that with Lillian. I feel like people who say that are part of the problem. And if we change our mindset about being able to work together, then we can easily combat that. We understand that women have different personalities. We have different priorities. We value different things. And respectfully respecting the women who value things differently, and understanding, or trying to get to a level of understanding of them moving in their authenticity, or where they are that period of time, and respectfully so, we can work together. Or you know what, maybe not at this time, but by all means, good luck, congratulations, and if I can help or support, let me know.
Exactly. That's true. That's true. I've had, so far since I've been at Artscape, I've had maybe 6 or 7 shows where there were all women or all girls. I had no issues with the all women shows. When you work with all girls, though, they're excited. They want to talk and chatter and get to know people and all that kind of stuff. So their discipline, if they're not brought up in a theater atmosphere, is a little bit different. But by the end, they know the rules, and everything went great. The last show I did was called Brown Skin Girls, and those girls really pulled it through. So I'm very, very proud of them. So the thing is, instead of saying that women can't work together, why don't you start treating your daughters when they're young that they can work together? Because we put weird stuff out in the atmosphere, and then the next thing that's what people are actually thinking.
Yes.
And they don't even think to investigate or go further and see if it can make it happen. It's like, oh, women can't work together. Okay, so that's it. That's so. But we're busting our ceilings. We're breaking chains. We're knocking, just knocking the walls out of places.
Yes.
That we thought we could do before, we're doing them now, and doing them great. And then
and excellence. So working with Connie, I've had the pleasure of actually being a server at one of Connie's events. I think I've been a ticket person at the and I've had the pleasure of being on stage in one of her productions. So the amazing thing is having those opportunities to work in different capacities, because what I do in the pageant world, when I'm doing an event or a production, you want to have quality people supporting you backstage, on stage. Those people are so important to ensuring that your guests have a great experience and that they want to come back. So we're not hiring you or requesting you or asking you to come because we want to be slave drivers or we want to be this or that. We trust that you have the same vision and expectation that this is going to be a good experience, not only just for you, but for everyone you encounter. And having a nice face, a nice smile, a pleasant disposition helps with all of that. Now, sometimes you do have to be stern if people don't have tickets and we're sold out, we are at capacity, you would have to wait for the next show. Then yes, you may have to say no at some time. But working with Connie has been great because I've gained some experience in being in different positions, and because she expects excellence from her cast, from the people who are partnering with her, working with her, supporting her, then that expectation is there, and it's for men and for women. So
Yes.
an opportunity to work with Connie. I would encourage you that if you see a production or if she's looking for stage hands, you want that experience, you want that exposure. The ladies, the Artscape, aka Artscape 2, aka Lady C Productions, aka Black Box would love to have you.
Yes, we would. And thank you for putting that out there so eloquently. I love it. I love it. So besides plays and Artscape, we do a lot of stuff there. If you happen to be a visual artist, a painter, sculptor, give me a call. I'm booking shows for 2023. If you want to, if you have something and you feel like you're very proud of it and you want to present it to the world, Artscape is the place to do it. Wow, this is a good one. We have open mics every other Friday. We have one tonight, actually. I mean, not tonight, tomorrow, actually. And we actually have a crowd coming. So, if you play an instrument or you sing, or even if you don't write your own music and you want to sing, but you love karaoke, come on down, get the mic, sing some songs. If you're lucky, you might hear me sing, because every now and then I get up there and I do a little something, something. Those are things, yes, those are things, that we have. Now, we also do a lot of, I can't even say it, a lot of pop-up shops. So if you're in a place where you want to just go shopping for Christmas and stuff like that, we just had some. I'm getting ready to put some more on the calendar. You can find all of that stuff on the Artscape website or either Artscape DEL on Instagram, and the same thing on Facebook. But let me tell y'all about my baby. Okay, this is something new that we started doing. And it's not a show, it's a group. So if there's any of you that have an inkling for writing erotica, the third Wednesday of every month is when you can do that. Not only can you learn to write erotica, you can mix and mingle with other erotic authors, other erotic authors, poets, film writers, so if you're an author or want to be an author and that's a genre that you're interested in, stop by Artscape on the third Wednesday of every month, get an opportunity to meet the people and stuff like that. And maybe you can get some ideas for your projects. So let me see. So I want to tell you a little something about some new ventures that I'm going into. So Connie Drummond and LadyCProduction is about to be called, it's actually another business. It's about to be called Connie Drummond Films. So Connie Drummond has gotten into film. So that is going to be something that is so exciting. Right now, I'm working on a television series with a couple of ladies that I know. And we're hoping to be able to get that out there soon on one of the networks. I wrote a script a couple of years ago, and I decided that I want to, delve into film a little bit more. Since things are becoming a little bit more electronic, I'd like to do that. So I'm working on a full-length film, and I will be auditioning for that in early 2023. And that's going to be my baby for a minute. I do have a couple of plays that are scheduled, live theater is scheduled, but I'm now working on, the films. I just helped a friend of mine last week, as a matter of fact, get her short film done. And
congratulations.
and thank you. That's her baby. And we sat down and we came up with an idea. And it was so funny the way it happened. She called me on the phone and she's like, look, we haven't done anything together. We've been saying we're going to do something together for 5 years, and we always getting stuff in the way. I said, all right, well, we'll do something together in 2023. She said, no, we're going to do something now and by the end of the year. And I was like, what? And she said, yeah. So we sat down, we brainstormed for about a day, figured out the idea she wanted to do. Now she's great because she's done films before, so she already knows the whole filming part and everything like that. I've been moving, so I've been really, really busy. So we've been touching base on the phone every day through video conferences, getting things done. So she ended up casting her teaser, and she got her teaser out there. It's on YouTube, and it's called A Radical Friendsgiving.
Nice.
It's out there already, and that full-length film is going to be happening in 2023. But a couple of years ago, she started filming something at Artzscape, and she finished the short film. I think it's called Caught Up.
Okay.
It's called Caught Up.
You, in addition to, so what I think I heard you say is that you not only coach but help produce.
Yeah.
Okay, and is that something that you do as well, the coaching? Because you had a camp at some point, was it this summer or last summer as well?
I had the acting camp last summer for the kids, and I actually do a writer's class every February. I do a writer's class every February for playwrights, and you bring the idea, and I will show you how to put it together, all the way down to the production side. So it's a probably about a 5-hour course. And then with the course, I offer a year of mentoring that comes with that course. So once you start your writing, you have my phone number or my email address. If you need help on something like that, just check in with me. I'll get on a conference call with you and we can go over your stuff.
Okay.
It's confidential, so I'm not going to steal a piece of your work and put it in any of my work or anything like that. So we do have that going.
And
now,
the young ladies, the play that you just did with the young ladies, you had a plethora of young girls who had never been on stage before. That's sure a lot of work, right?
Yeah, it was 10 of them. I had 10 girls. There were only 2 that had ever been on stage before.
Wow.
So basically, I had to train them up. And it's so much more than just handing somebody a script and saying, memorize this, because a lot of people that don't have theater experience, they have no idea what stage left and stage right means. And when somebody says stage left to you, you don't move to the left, you move to the right because they're looking at you from the front. So you got to see it from their view. A lot of them don't know what sight lines are. That's the part that you can't go past because the audience is going to see you behind stage. So it's like a little bits and pieces of things like that you need to know. So what I did was for the first 2 weeks, I trained them on theater etiquette. Now, some of them didn't actually get the theater etiquette for a few more weeks later, but they got it. Sometimes you got to tell people more than one time. And being young, it's an excitable time for them. So, I understood that. So I just kept on working with them. But yeah, the training just doesn't start. Even a lot of adults. I've had an adult recently ask me, could they be in one of my plays? And I was like, well, you have to audition and everything like that. And they were like, well, could you work around my schedule? No. Like, I can't, it's like, no, the production schedule is already set. We already have our rehearsals and everything mapped out before you get there. And if you can't make it this time, maybe you'll be able to make it another time.
Right.
But what I was ask 20 people to work around you.
Right.
So people just don't understand, it's a lot of time, it's a lot of precision, and it's a lot of work, but it can be done, if you just focus on that thing.
Right.
Basically, I hold you for 2 days a week. I only hold you hostage for 2 days a week. So, and it's not even whole days. It's like 3 hours.
Right.
But it can be done even if you're scared.
It is, and it's a great experience, you guys. So if you have an interest and you don't even have to be here in Delaware. If you are in the surrounding area and you are willing to travel, willing to make those practices, willing to be present and to connect with the rest of the cast, then you should check out Connie Drummond.
Wow. When I did the last play with the girls, I had girls coming from Philly. I had girls coming from media. I had a few girls from right here in Wilmington. I had girls from Seaford, Delaware, and I had one young lady that came from South Carolina.
Yeah.
Twice a week from South Carolina.
Yeah. And experience is really an amazing teacher. And it's great to work with like someone like Connie, because not only is she hands-on, but she has the experience, she has the knowledge and the patience, because it took me a minute. You heard what she said. It took me a minute to get my lines together. But I practice. I have my little cards. But practice makes perfect, and the experience and the exposure was great. So
yeah. And you didn't actually really have problems with your lines. You were mostly concerned about delivery. So every week you would come in and you'd have a different delivery. And I'm like, well, she just picked one, for God's sake. But I just went ahead.
So boring. You were like, it's not supposed to be boring. It's your education. Right. And I'm like, but should I have some kind of attitude, bad? I was doing the most show. I was trying to do the most.
Yeah, but it was okay. I just let you keep on going until you felt something. And then when you felt something that felt right, then that's what you delivered, and you did a great job in delivery. So, I mean, and that's not something new. I've done it. Sit there and say something 20 different ways till it feels right and natural to me. So,
yeah.
I've done it, even especially when I was earlier and I was playing, like I was I performed at the Grand Opera House. That was crazy. But I was nervous and everything. And I was like, I should say it like this. Should I say it like that? I'll say it like this. And that wasn't even the first time I was on stage. So, it comes with it, because when you want to be great,
yeah,
you have to move around a little bit until you find that spot. And you're like, that's it right there.
And so, I feel like I think every time, even marching with the band, like you always get that flutter, like, oh my gosh, like I've performed this a million times. Like we've been in practice running it over and over again. And you still be like, oh Lord, please just let me get this right. Please just let me execute what I need to do. Let me be at the level I need to be, as entertaining as I need to be out here. Let me remember my lines, my motions, my turn. So I think a little bit of nerves is good, because I think when people go in like, oh, I got this, I ain't worried about nothing. They missed. You missed the mark. You missed the mark. And people are looking like, I thought you put this down. You were like, I haven't. No, you want to have just enough nerve to be able to go so that you are conscious of your lines, of your positioning, and you want to be aware of the rest of the cast. You don't want to run into somebody because you're so busy being into your lines. So it's a great experience. It's great to be able to work with a variety of people. Connie is a great director. She's a great writer, and she's a great teacher. So if you have an opportunity, if you're looking for a chance to learn how to write, to perfect your writing, to put a playwright together, if you're interested in hosting an event, putting something together, she has an amazing ear, an amazing space if you've been down there. And it's a great location to spread your wings a little bit.
That's it. Exactly. Spread your wings a little bit. Do something different. I keep hearing people say, oh, there's nothing to do in Delaware. Well, that's not true. No, it depends on what you want to do. And, sometimes people need to try something a little bit different. I mean, it makes a world of difference in your life when you're.
And you always have something different down at Artscape. You've had the tea party with the princesses. You had the paint and sip, different versions of paint and sip. So if you're looking for something to do, you should definitely make sure you like, share, and follow her pages. She has 3. She has her LadyCProduction page. So if you're interested in being on stage, learning how to write, you definitely want to check out this page. If you're interested in hosting an event, if you want to do a party, you want to host your own play, fashion show, and like there are so many things you can do in that space. You want to check out the Artscape Black Box. Okay? It can be changed around in so many ways. I have seen this venue go from a runway to a playhouse to a party center. I have just seen the Artscape in so many ways. You can also follow her Connie Drummond Playwright page. She has a little bit of everything on this page, and I think she's at capacity. This is her open mic that is coming up. So make sure you like, share, and follow her pages. She has a lot going on. There is definitely something to do in Delaware.
For sure. For sure. Yeah, we have, I can keep on telling you that until I'm blue in the face about how much stuff we got down there. But another thing that I'm looking into doing for 2023 is partnerships. Every year I partner with somebody for something. So I do want to keep up that tradition. The last time we partnered was back in March. We did the all Black affair and fashion show, plus size fashion show.
Yes.
So that was actually a partnership. So if you have something and you want to, you're interested in talking to me about a partnership, just give me a call at 302-433-6622. And we can sit down and talk about how this partnership would work and how it could be mutually beneficial for the both of us.
That is awesome. What was that number again?
302-433-6622.
Okay, so that information for Connie, her websites will be in the content below here on YouTube. It'll be up above on Facebook, and it'll be to the side on what is it on? Oh snap! On the other Instagram. Instagram. So make sure
it's an Artzscapedel. That's where you'll find us on Instagram.
Yes, make sure you check out her page. I thought I had all of them sitting up here, but I just kept running into the same 3. Oh no, your website. The website we did have up here.
Yeah, so, you had the website up earlier, I think.
Yes, there it goes. So if you're looking for an event, you see their faces. Do you know how excited? Look, I go past times just to see what she got going on because I'm not always on the book or on the IT. So I'll walk down like, what's going on at Artscape? They have the open mic. I was able to join the group for the erotica writing workshop, which is like a group that they have. Oh my gosh, it is so much happening down at Artscape. So please, if you are interested in hosting an event, attending an event, putting on an event, you have to check out Artscape. You can even connect with them so that you stay in the loop for what's happening. There are a lot of things scheduled, a lot of things happening in Delaware.
Mm-hmm.
And don't sell yourself or Delaware short.
Right. And if you can't find something that you like, create it. And that's where that partnership thing would come in. You can actually send me an email, say, hey, Miss Connie, have you ever had this going on? I want to hear people's ideas. Since there's nothing to do in Delaware, I want to have people's ideas. Now, I'm not doing a hookah lounge down there, but I thought about this summer. I might do a seafood bowl event or something like that,
Yeah.
But there's a lot of things, that you can call and say, hey, we would like to see more of this in Delaware. And I can sort through, look it over, do some research on it, and figure out, how we can make that happen. So, that's a great idea. We also do, what did we have last year? We had we had the craft markets last year. And that was terrific because everybody bought their own individual stuff in there. And I'm gonna tell you, I almost didn't make any money that day because I was going around buying everything. So that's the one advantage. Like, I don't shop in regular stores anymore. I buy everything from the vendors when we have them. I mean, I haven't been to a store in like 2 years.
And that piece is so important. So I've had a table down at Artscape, and it's great because the vendors are one, they have great products. Two, they have them there on hand. It's not like you have to go to the website to get it, but if you want to do things, they have websites that you can go and get. But typically, everyone supports, everyone shares. If you're going to be there, people don't know you're there if you don't share. So it's your job to say, I'm going to be at Artscape. I'm going to be at the pop-up shop. I'm going to have my Pure Romance. I'm going to have my Mary Kay. I'm going to have my oils. I'm going to have my stones, my rocks. You have to promote. People aren't just going to come because you're there. If they don't know, you're there. So if you're a pop-up shop at the Artscape, you want to let people know. You want to go live a couple of days before. You want to go live the day before. You want to go live the day of as a reminder, because people have lives. Things happen. So it is your job to make sure they make it to your location. And just so that you know, there are a lot of people who want to support small businesses, but they have to know you're there.
Exactly. And it's not just promoting Artscape, it's promoting your business. We're catching the tail end of it because you happen to be at that space on that particular day. But if you don't share things when you're going to be at them, how are you marketing your business when you're not? So people need to know that stuff. There shouldn't be one day that you don't post something about your business on Facebook, because what happens is, you post something, say you post something on Monday, and people post stuff all on your page the whole rest of the week. Unless you're a lurker, you're not going to go down a month or a week ahead to see what the person's, posted. Unless you're like a lurker. I don't want to say stalker, but if you're a lurker, you might run down there and say, like, you go down 3 months and be like, oh, she got this coming up. No, you need to be posting that stuff, important stuff. I pin my important events.
Right.
Like, if you go on my page right now, I'm having the open mic tomorrow. That event is pinned. So anybody that looks at my page sees that first. So we have to kind of get into the habit of pinning our important stuff.
Right.
And overpin something else. That's how people know that you're doing what you do.
Yes. So in case you missed it, this is the Wear Your Crown Speaker Series, Empowerment Series 2023. And this recording is exclusively for LadyCProductions, aka Connie Drummond, playwright, story writer, teacher, educator extraordinaire. You definitely want to check her out. We will have her information below. Connie, thank you so much for joining us. Is there anything else you want to share about yourself, the Artscape, or how people can support what you're doing?
Well, let me see. Well, first of all, when you just read all that, I was trying to figure out who you was talking to. I'm quite impressed with myself. Well, dang, it sound like that. See,
yes.
walk around in sneakers and saggy jeans all the time. People don't realize, and sometimes you don't realize what it is that you do, right?
Look, I didn't even name everything. I didn't even hit everything. That was just some of it.
Yeah, I mean, it is a lot, but I do want to reflect again on the on those acting opportunities that will come up shortly, because I just think that acting takes you so far in so many different directions. Not only will it take you on the stage, and you'll, the Bible says that your gifts will make room for you and bring you in front of great men. So, that's part of it. The acting helps you. It will even help you on a job interview. It'll help you from being, keep you from being nervous, help you to present yourself and everything. So I just think that it's a good skill, even if you just try it once or twice and you never do it again. The experience, it'll bring your stocks up. I'm telling you. It'll bring your stocks up. You put that on your resume. But also, I wanted to kind of discuss a little bit more about my writing, but not too much, because I know we're probably going to run out of time shortly.
Oh, no, you're good. We want to make sure they have all the information. Go ahead.
So as far as the writing, not only do I write my own plays and I teach classes, I also partner with other people. Well, it's not a partnership. They pay me. People pay me to take their books and turn them into stage plays, because a lot of books are really, really great. But if you want to make it a stage play, there's a certain way that you have to do it to transform it from book to the stage. And a lot of people have different writing styles. Someone that can write a book may not know how to write a movie script or a stage play script. So, if it's something like that, you could come to the class. I do private classes as well. They cost a little bit more money than they would if you came with a group of people. Also, I write other things too, but one of the things that I write, and a lot of people don't know that I write these things. I'm one of them big believers of using your dash, right? It's like the date that you're born, the dash, and then that date that you leave this earth. So I have written some amazing obituaries.
Oh.
So, when you go to the funeral home and they give you this form and you kind of plug the person's name in, how many kids they got, what school they graduated, and it always says they found Christ at an early age. And it's like the standard form stuff. So I'm gonna give you an example. This is what my obituary says. My obituary has all the pertinent information. It talks about my first time on stage and all that kind of stuff like that. But then when it comes to the part where it says she found Christ at an early age, mine says she found Christ at an early age, but she didn't get baptized until she was 23 because she was afraid of water.
Oh. Oh.
So, they always say that, at an early age, like what age? 2, 5, 13, 21. But the thing was, I when I was young, my grandmother took me to church, and that's how I found out about Christ. But I didn't make that commitment until I was in my 20s. And it wasn't because I didn't believe, it was because I was afraid of water. So I put that in there, And when my sister passed, I did her thing, and I put in there how she used to dress up like a clown for all the kids' birthday parties. Something to remember about that person besides all of the standard form stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I can make, the last couple I did, I did one where I actually went to the funeral, and instead of people sitting there crying and, crying and whatever, which and there's nothing wrong with it, there were people going, you know what? I remember when that happened. You got that right. So I just feel like that's a part of a celebration of life.
Yes.
forms that they
Yes.
use now are not celebrations of life. They're the same old funeral forms that people did back when we used to cry and wear black. Now we coming out in colors and all that kind of stuff like that. If we're going to celebrate somebody, let's celebrate somebody.
Yes.
I do obituaries. It's part of one of my writing services. So, if anybody ever, hopefully people remember this line, and if there's ever a need, and I hope it's no time soon, but if there's ever a need, y'all tell them, call Miss Connie and hook me up, and I'll sit down, I'll have a conference with them. I want them to tell me about you. So that's pretty much it.
All right. Well, thank you guys for joining us. Connie, thank you so much for taking time to share about Artscape and all of the work that you're doing and opening it up for opportunities for women and girls and men to do, host, participate, learn, educate themselves in the arts in your space as well.
Thank you so much for having me. This was so much fun.
Have a great one, you guys. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.